Hello, you beautiful people and my wonderful subscribers and friends out there. This is your girl Destiny. I'm going to talk to you tonight on the topic of fear. And I know, guys, I told you that a video was coming about Santa Claus and your ego. I yet not have gotten the release from the divine higher power to upload that video to you guys, but I'm still working at it and waiting for the release, saying, okay, Destiny, it's time to post that, because I don't like posting videos out there unless I know that, it's within my intuitive self and in the timing and the plan that the creator has predestined for that video to go out there in front of the viewers. But tonight, let's talk about fear. Let's talk about fear. And the topic is, do what scares the hell out of you. You heard me. I said it. Do what scares the hell out of you. And I want you to listen to this very carefully. People, fear. It holds us back from doing a lot of things because it closes our minds to possibilities for our future, and it locks us into our comfort zone. Now listen carefully. Most fears, it fills us with doubt and with what ifs. We hear this all the time. And what that does, it imprisons us. It imprisons our mind and keep us in a place of not moving forward. And the more you do to get out of your comfort zone, people, you know what happens? The more that fear will subside. So in life, I'm telling you right now, do what scares you. And I always say it like this. Do it when you're afraid. The moment when fear steps up in you, take the quantum leap of faith and don't even think about the fear that is facing you. Do it in the moment when fear steps in front of you. And I guarantee you, you will not even think about the situations, the obstacles, the hurts, the damages, or the pain. You won't think about any of those things standing there in front of you. But you'll find yourself them taking that giant leap of faith across all of it, and you will become a successor of your fears. So people, in life, do what scares you, and I guarantee you will grow, and then you will definitely succeed. And the most effective, my people, scientific approach to eliminating fear is to systematically expose yourself to the thing that scares you. Stop running. Stop hiding. Step up in front of it and say, hey, I'm here. Take your best shot because I'm ready to swing back. Expose yourself to that thing that scares you. Starting, my people, even with small things. And then you build yourself and you build your tolerance as you work your way up to a higher place, a higher level. Exposure now is hands down and the most successful way to deal with phobias, all the anxiety disorders, and everyday fears. I don't care what kind of fear that it may be. My people, listen, take this advice. Simply, repeatedly, just expose yourself to these fears. Stop running, stop hiding from them. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to repeat this because I want you to get this. This is so significant. Exposure is hands down the most successful way to deal with phobias, anxiety disorders, and everyday fears of any sort. Simply, repeatedly exposing ourselves to those things that we are afraid of, and ideally in a positive way. I mean a very positive way. But gradually, people, it will bring down the physiologic fear response. And it will keep on bringing it down until it's totally, absolutely gone. Or at least until it's manageable. At least where you can put some kind of control over it. Listen, you gain strength, my people, and you gain courage, and you gain confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear straight in the face. And you are able to say to yourself, hey, I have lived through this horror. Yes, I have done this. I have done that. I have been there. And I have been, and I've done that. You'll be able to say that. Because you know that you can take the next step now that comes along. And you must do the thing that you think that you cannot do. That is a very important factor, a very important key. You do the things that you think that you cannot do, my people. And my people, you'll find that fear has no power over you unless you choose to act upon its onslaught. Unless you choose to act upon its command. In other words, I'm saying it to you is fear is a bully. It's a big bully. And my people, it tells you what to do, when you should obey, and when you should follow and act on its every commands. My people, listen. Fear, I always say, is that false evidence appearing real. Anything appearing, I keep telling you, my people, it's not real. So fear tells you what to do and when you obey it. And when you follow and act on its commands, that is when fear, it gains power over you. Now, however, when now you acknowledge what fear tells you, and then you go and you do the very opposite of what fear is doing to you, or what kind of control that is trying to control you, that's when you will build your courage, my people. You will build your power, your strength. You will build boldness, my people, and then you will become fearless. That's powerful. And you need to experience that. You need to move yourself to that level where you can experience yourself being fearless. So, do what scares the hell out of you, people. Do it when you're afraid. That's the moment when you need to take the biggest step that you could ever imagine of ever taking toward anything that always have kept you in a place of being afraid. A place where you feel like, if I challenge this, I'm going to fail, I'm going to lose. Hey, do it when you're afraid. Do what scares the hell out of you. And the more you listen to fear, people, listen, the more you listen to fear, that's the more power that you give to that fear. And you know what happens? It's going to create more and more bouts of fear, and you're going to have fear with a whole lot of other things. And the fear that you do already have, you will never overcome it or accomplish it, or never get it out of your way. So the more you listen to fear, the more that you give power to it. Fortunately, though, the converse is true. The more you face fear, the more that you face fear down, the more that you have control over it. So once we understand that we can systematically, people, expose ourselves to the things that scare us, and in that way, it will propel ourselves forward. We can move past the fear. Why, Destiny? Fear is not wanting to do something, people. Fear is realizing the risks, those risks are very high. But they are worth it. And you got to know that they are worth it. Why? Because you know what's scarier than maybe losing love or a loved one, or maybe failing at a job, or you may be regressing or relapsing. So people, fear may be there because you feel that never having loved in your life, never having tried at anything, you always constantly kept giving up, or you never having healing. You never had a wholesome, healthy mindset or body. And all that brings on the own set of fear. Never knowing what it means, my people, to be okay. That's when fear can step in all the time and just beat you back down to the smallest place. Never knowing what it means to be okay. Because fear, it hinders you and it stops you from moving to a place of freedom. So listen to this. You will lose, my people. You will lose every last thing in your life eventually. And listen now, listen. Life is an illusion, people. Life is illusional. Life is illusion. Death is an illusion. Everything in life is an illusion. The only real thing in life is your experiences, the things that you go through, the things that you have lived through. You have experienced these things, but they are your stories. That is your truth. So, I want you to get this. You will, people, even myself, will lose every last thing in your life. Eventually, you're going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Every single thing. Because why? Destiny. Because nothing, people, is here to stay. Not even me. Not even you. Not even that spouse, your children. Not even that job, that home, that car. Not anything, my people, is here to stay. So, I want you to do some probing in your mind. And I like to put out there questions so you can ask yourself these questions. Self-evaluation, my people, is so very important. Self-development is so important. Personal development is something that we need to jog the inside of us so we can awaken to the true you, the true me, the true self. So the question really is this, and you should be asking yourself, what scares me more? What scares you more, my people? Listen, what scares you more? Being fearless for a moment and diving into the life that was always yours, or never doing anything at all? Think on that question. And I'm going to repeat it. The question really is, what scares you more? Being fearless for a moment and diving into the life that was always yours, or never doing anything at all? And what I'm asking you to do, my lovely, beautiful people, drop your thoughts and your answers in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your hearts, your thoughts. I want us to connect with one another. Because we are one. And we all go through situations and things in our lives. We don't succeed at everything. We have to have challenges. We have to have things to push us to our higher self, our greater self, to help us overcome the things that we think that we never can do. But we can, because everything we need is inside of us. My people, what scares the hell out of you? You need to stand up to that fear, whatever those fears are. Face it, my people. Then you take that quantum leap of faith while you're taking action against that fear, and you're moving past it at the moment it stands in front of you. You are more than a conqueror. You will succeed, and you will become the best you could ever be. Think about that and go back and you answer those questions, and you just drop your answer in the comment section. See you lovely people at my next video or yours. Namaste. Good night, lovely people.